Welcome everyone to Edinburgh. This city, with its dramatic cityscape and rich history, truly captures the spirit of Scotland. We're going to dive deep into the heart of Edinburgh, exploring its hidden gems and iconic landmarks. From the imposing Edinburgh Castle to the cobbled streets of the Royal Mile, we'll uncover the stories that make this city so special. So grab your walking shoes, pack your sense of adventure, and let's get going. Dominating the skyline from atop Castle Rock, Edinburgh Castle is more than just a fortress. It's a symbol of Scotland's enduring spirit. Imagine for centuries this castle has stood watch over the city, witnessing countless battles, royal dramas, and historic events. As we ascend towards the castle, notice how the city unfolds around us, a tapestry of medieval streets and Georgian elegance. Once inside the castle walls, we'll step back in time. Here, within these weathered stone walls, you can almost hear the echoes of marching soldiers, feel the weight of history. We'll explore the Crown Square, home to the honors of Scotland, the oldest crown jewels in Britain, sparkling with gold and precious stones. And then there's the Stone of Destiny, used for centuries in the coronation of Scottish monarchs, a simple stone imbued with such powerful symbolism. Imagine the kings and queens who walked these very halls, the battles fought, the victories and defeats that shaped Scotland's destiny. And of course, no visit to Edinburgh Castle is complete without taking in the panoramic views from the ramparts. From here, the city spreads out before us, a breathtaking vista of red-tiled roofs, church spires reaching for the sky, and the rugged Scottish landscape stretching into the distance. Now let's descend from the castle and wander down the Royal Mile, the historic spine of Edinburgh's Old Town. This isn't just one street, but a series of streets, each with its own character, its own stories to tell. As we stroll along the cobbled lanes, imagine the clatter of horse-drawn carriages, the cries of street vendors, the bustle of daily life in centuries past. Look closely, and you'll see remnants of the past everywhere. In the weathered stone facades, the narrow closes, alleyways leading off the main thoroughfare, and the names of the pubs and shops, each whispering a tale of Edinburgh's rich history. We'll pop into a traditional pub, perhaps for a wee dram of whiskey and a taste of local life. We'll browse the shops selling everything from cashmere scarves to shortbread, and maybe even catch a street performer reciting poetry by Robert Burns, Scotland's beloved bard. Along the Royal Mile, we'll encounter historic churches like St. Giles Cathedral with its distinctive crown spire, and grand buildings like the Parliament House, a testament to Scotland's independent spirit. The Royal Mile is a feast for the senses, a place where history comes alive. For a different perspective on Edinburgh, let's lace up our boots and embark on an invigorating climb up Arthur's Seat, an extinct volcano that rises dramatically from the heart of Holyrood Park. Don't worry, folks, it's not a difficult climb, and the reward at the top is well worth the effort. As we ascend, the city unfolds beneath us like a three-dimensional map. We can trace the route of the Royal Mile, spot the imposing silhouette of Edinburgh Castle, and see the sparkling waters of the Firth of Forth in the distance. Feel the wind whipping through your hair, breathe in the fresh air, and let the expansive views inspire a sense of awe and wonder. From up here, it's easy to see why Edinburgh is called the Athens of the North. The city's blend of dramatic natural beauty and elegant architecture is truly captivating. This is a place to reconnect with nature, to find peace and tranquility amidst the bustle of the city. At the foot of the Royal Mile, we arrive at the Palace of Holyrood House, the official residence of the British monarch in Scotland. This grand palace has witnessed centuries of royal history, from the tragic Mary, Queen of Scots, to the present-day Queen Elizabeth II. As we step inside, we're transported back to a time of opulence and grandeur. We'll wander through the state apartments, each room adorned with tapestries, portraits of Scottish monarchs, and exquisite period furniture. Imagine the grand balls held here, the important meetings, the whispers of courtly intrigue. The palace gardens, too, are worth exploring, offering a peaceful oasis in the heart of the city. This is a place where history comes alive, where we can connect with the stories of kings and queens and experience a taste of royal life. Let's make our way now to Calton Hill, another of Edinburgh's iconic landmarks. This hill, right in the heart of the city, offers some of the most spectacular panoramic views of Edinburgh. As we climb the steps to the summit, we're greeted by a collection of monuments that tell the story of Scotland's past. The National Monument, inspired by the Parthenon in Athens, was built to commemorate Scottish soldiers who died in the Napoleonic Wars. Nearby stands Nelson's Monument, a towering tribute to Admiral Horatio Nelson. But the real attraction here is the view. From this vantage point, we can see it all. Edinburgh Castle perched on its volcanic crag, the graceful curve of the Royal Mile, the elegant Georgian architecture of the new town, and in the distance the Firth of Forth shimmering in the sunlight. Edinburgh is a city that captures the imagination, a city that stays with you long after you've left. Now let's delve into the world of art at the Scottish National Gallery, home to one of the finest collections of European art in the world. Even if you're not an art aficionado, I encourage you to step inside and experience the beauty and power of these masterpieces. We'll wander through the galleries, marveling at works by renowned artists such as Botticelli, Rembrandt, and Monet. We'll see iconic paintings like Titian's Venus Anadyomene, Van Gogh's Olive Trees, and Vermeer's Christ in the House of Martha and Mary. Let your eyes wander over the canvases. Notice the play of light and shadow, the emotions captured in the brushstrokes, the stories whispered through the ages. Art has the power to transport us, to make us feel, to challenge our perspectives. And here in the serene halls of the Scottish National Gallery, we have the opportunity to connect with some of the greatest artistic minds in history. Back on the Royal Mile, we encounter St. Giles Cathedral, a majestic Gothic masterpiece and a symbol of Edinburgh's enduring faith. Even if you're not religious, folks, you can't help but be moved by the beauty and serenity of this historic building. Step inside and look up at the soaring vaulted ceilings, the intricate stained glass windows bathing the interior in a kaleidoscope of colors, the ornate carvings that adorn every surface. We'll learn about the cathedral's long and fascinating history, from its founding in the 12th century to its role in the Scottish Reformation. And before we leave, let's pause for a moment in the Thistle Chapel, a masterpiece of Gothic craftsmanship and home to the Knights of the Thistle, Scotland's highest order of chivalry. The intricate carvings, the soaring arches, the sense of history and tradition, it's truly awe-inspiring. Now let's raise a glass to Scotland's national drink at the Scotch Whisky Experience. This isn't just a distillery tour, folks. It's a journey through the history, craft, and culture of Scotch whiskey. We'll board a barrel-shaped ride and embark on a whimsical journey through a simulated whiskey distillery, learning about the entire process from barley to bottle. We'll discover the different regions of Scotch whiskey production, each with its own unique flavor profile. And of course, no whiskey experience is complete without a tasting. We'll have the opportunity to sample a few different single malts, learning how to appreciate their complex aromas and flavors. So, let's raise a glass to Scotland's liquid gold and to the people who continue to produce this iconic spirit. For a truly unique Edinburgh experience, let's venture beneath the Royal Mile to the real Mary King's Close, a perfectly preserved 17th century street frozen in time. This is not your typical museum, folks. This is a chance to step back in time and experience what life was really like for the people who lived and worked in Edinburgh's Old Town. As we descend into the dimly lit closes, our guide, dressed in period costume, will bring the past to life with tales of the former residents, merchants, craftsmen, and ordinary families who called this place home. We'll hear stories of plague and poverty, of resilience and community, of the everyday lives and struggles of the people who lived here centuries ago. The stories we hear, the objects we see, the atmosphere of the place, it all combines to create a truly immersive and unforgettable experience. After our subterranean adventure, let's escape the bustle of the city and find some peace and tranquility at the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh. This 70-acre oasis, just a short distance from the city center, offers a welcome respite from the urban hustle. As we stroll through the gardens, we'll be greeted by a dazzling array of plant life from around the world. We'll wander through the Chinese hillside, marvel at the towering redwoods and the temperate palm house, and lose ourselves in the beauty of the Queen Mother's Memorial Garden. Listen to the gentle trickling of water features, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves in the breeze. The Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh, is more than just a pretty place, folks. It's a center for plant science and conservation, playing a vital role in protecting our planet's biodiversity. Well, folks, our journey through Edinburgh has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed exploring this captivating city with me, uncovering its hidden gems and experiencing its unique charm. From the historic castle to the vibrant Royal Mile, from the majestic Arthur's Seat to the tranquil Botanic Garden, Edinburgh offers something for everyone. So if you ever get the chance to visit Scotland, make sure Edinburgh is at the top of your list.